Pretend play is an invention made by nature. It is aimed to help children practice real life. In pretend play, children practice taking on roles, solving problems, overcoming anxiety, like when the superhero prevails over the bad guys, and many other real-life skills are practiced through pretend play. It is also an excellent training with in-context communication. That is, a successful dialogue between characters requires responses that fit with what another child or a parent is saying. As we mentioned in earlier clips, an important challenge of children with autism is just with that, communicating in context. Helping your child engage in pretend play when they are ready for it. Not all kids are ready, and sometimes it takes a while for them to get there. But when they are ready, it is very helpful because pretend play is very helpful because very simple pretend scenarios are the ultimate practice within context communications. Pretend play is also a practice with understanding meaning that goes beyond the concrete action. More on that a little bit later. If you pretend to be a flying airplane by lifting your arms and saying flying and making airlines movements and sounds, your child might join you as a second airplane patrolling the skies and then might start racing your airplane. When this happens, your child's actions are in the context of the idea that you initiated and excellent in context communication. Your child's understanding of this scenario is also a practice for her with giving meaning. In other words, it's not just that we lift our arms. We represent or we create an idea we are airplanes patrolling and racing. Developmentally, giving meaning beyond the concrete is an important developmental step. For many children, it is a long road to be able to participate in pretend play. We can help though. We can introduce children to pretend play to help them gradually understand and eventually create pretend ideas. We can do it in many ways, but primarily I'm thinking now about two ways. Both can be quite helpful and fun for your child, and maybe for you too. The first one is to incorporate pretend ideas to physical activities that you and your child might already do together. So, if you and your child jump together, you might say, frog jumping, and you might go, rabbit, rabbit, and you might crouch like a frog. Also, at other times, you might show your child a picture of a frog and make frog sounds, and on the way to the car, you might walk like a frog. When you just introduce a new idea, you might think that he does not really understand the idea. It is important for you to know that this learning or understanding is gradual. It is like a glass that is slowly filled. Over time, each time you share or act an idea, your child's glass of understanding is gradually filled. The second way to introduce pretend play is to incorporate a pretend character to daily routines. So, for example, when your child eats, sit Teddy, you know, the bear, next to him and put a bowl in front of Teddy. You might tell Teddy that this is really a yummy cereal. Teddy might also need to sit on the potty and have his teeth brushed alongside your child. By introducing a growing number of ideas with repetition, you help your child attach additional meaning that goes beyond the concrete. Jumping together eventually conveys a bigger idea of two frogs having fun jumping together. Brushing Teddy's teeth help your child to start seeing Teddy as a character. These additional meanings are the gateways to pretend and to more abstract thinking that goes beyond the concrete. So let your imagination go free. Come up with pretend ideas, act them with your child, and may you enjoy the ride.